Hello again, everybody. How are you? I am going to play with something that I played with literally years ago. It's been years since I've done this, and I wanted to do it again. So I actually designed two kits for this because, well, why not? This is the French Country Lilac circles, and this is the French Cottage Rose circles. And I'm going to play with both of these today. And I will put a link to both of these if you're interested in purchasing them in my Etsy shop. But I basically created these because I know there's a lot of people that just do beautiful work with jewelry and earrings and necklaces, and I'm not that advanced, I guess. I haven't tried that yet, but I have done the glass gem magnets, like I said, years ago. And these little guys right here. And they're so easy. It is so easy. You're going to be shocked if you haven't done this before. So I decided I'm going to make a bunch of these. This is actually a great time for Mother's Day gifts. Guess who's getting some of these? My mom and my mom-in-law. Anyway, so I'm excited about this. So let's just get started. It's so easy. I almost feel like I don't even need to describe much. But these are the 1.5 inch, and as you see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes, and I've got them labeled so that it's easy to decipher. This is the 1.5 inch glass gem, which will work perfectly with that one. And then this one is a 1 inch, which will work perfectly with that one. And I don't know if you can see on camera, but the glass gems are kind of domed, and they kind of like magnify and brighten whatever's underneath, which makes them even more beautiful, I think. So anyway, let's get started, shall we? Let's see. I'm going to do these two. And let's see. Look at all crazy up in here. This one. And I don't want them to be the same in both sizes. So this one. And then for the rose, I love the roses. I love these vintage roses. They are just my favorite. Let's see. I'm just going to cut all of them out. And that size, and then all of them. And this size. And I'll just decide later. I just don't know. I can't choose. Let me start with these. These are so pretty too. So anyway, obviously you can cut these circles by hand, but I highly recommend, it'd be so much easier if you have the hole punchers to just use that. So let me see here. Oh, I didn't I didn't leave quite enough paper on there to grab onto. Let me see. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And if you hear dogs barking, as always, those are probably my hooligans. All of our daycare dogs have gone home for the day, so there shouldn't be a whole lot of barking outside in the yards. But my own personal crew, of course, is still out and about in my house. And they're usually, they can get a little bit noisy sometimes. Okay. Oh, this one. My cutter is getting dull, I'm afraid. Left a little dingleberry on here. Okay. Okay, that's fine. This one is fairly new, so I hope this has a nice clean cut. It does. And there. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Let me get a scrap piece of paper here, because I don't want to get glue or Mod Podge on my desk. So basically, all you need is paper, pretty paper. It doesn't have to be these. Any pretty design or what have you can be used. You'll need the Mod Podge and a little brush. And of course, your glass gems. I think these are the two most common sizes. I'm not sure if there's other sizes. I don't know. But I like those two sizes. And then you will need magnets. I've got these disc. They're a little bit thick. I wish they were a little bit thinner. You can get different sizes, but I just happen to have a ton of these from literally years ago. Like I said, when I started playing with them, I just had planned on making a bunch to sell, and then I never did. So I have a ton. So I'm going to use these up. I think they'll work fine. Ooh, strong. And then to glue the magnet on the back, I'm going to be using the E6000, which is really good. Okay, so let's start with the big one first. I literally have not done this yet for the first time in years. So I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous doing this in front of you without practice. That's okay. You guys are kind. You won't judge me, will you? All right. So we will just get the flat part and Mod Podge all over, all the way to the edges. A decent amount. Don't want to go too thick, but you want it to be, you want to have a good hold on it. So, all right. And then I shall put this on here. Center it up a bit, and as you can see, it lines up like beautifully. And when you turn it over, of course, it's going to be milky a little bit until that Mod Podge dries. But don't be alarmed. It's okay. So then, literally, this is all you do. Is put another layer of Mod Podge. Oh, that's maybe a little bit too much. Another layer of Mod Podge over top. Make sure to get the edges really good because you want it to seal. You know, you don't want it to be peeling or cracking. Oh, I've got a dingleberry on here too. My goodness. Got a Klingon. Okay, there we go. Oops. All right. So I think I've got that pretty good. Get all the excess off. And I think I got a little sloppy on the edges. Let me grab my little wipey wipe here. I'll get my fingers first of all. And then just clean up. You want to get it to the edge, but you also don't necessarily want it dripping off the edge. I may have been a little bit too enthusiastic with this on the edge. I got a little excited. Okay. All right. All right, and I'm going to set it aside. It needs to dry. And I'm going to do it again. Let's do the little guy here. Make sure you've got the flat part. If anything, this is just the hardest part, is just working with, you know, small little things here. The smaller it is, the harder it is to handle efficiently, but that's okay. All right, now. Make sure that's on there good. Okay, now this one, actually, it doesn't quite go, it on the other one, you can see there's a little bit of the glass. Oh, where's the camera? There it is. There's a little bit of the glass rim that you can see around still. The paper goes just shy of that. And on this one, the paper, you can't see any glass. But it's not exactly hanging over either. So I think that'll still work just fine. If it hangs over a little bit, then you can just go around and trim it, to be honest. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, when you lay it flat like that, I may not put the Mod Podge over this yet, and see if I can trim it. I want to let it dry, so it's nice. I know that it's stuck on there, but I may trim it. I don't want to put Mod Podge and then try to trim it, because that'll be just one extra layer of goo, even when it's dry. So I'm going to let that dry like that, without that extra layer, and then see if I can trim it off or need to trim it off. So anyway, I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna do one more here, one of these on camera with you. Oh no, I didn't cut it quite right. I cut it lopsided. Let me see. Will it matter? Actually, it won't. You can't tell, because the rim on the glass kind of camouflages it. Okay, good. I was gonna be sad that I just wasted one, but I didn't. Okay. So paint. Put like that and like that. Get it nice and centered. Make sure it's all nice and flat. Get the bubbles out. And then do another layer. Okay. I'm not going to be as aggressive with my edges. I'm just going to kind of go this way instead of this way. I'm just going to go this way all the way past the edges just a little bit. Okay. All right. So I'm going to let these dry, and I'm going to work on a few more off camera, because I can't imagine that you would want to watch that. It'd be like watching paint dry. So I'm going to make some more, and I'll be back when they're all dry, and we'll finish it. And it's going to be super easy, and you're going to be so excited. I promise. Okay, I'm back. It was about an hour for this to dry nicely. So, but you can see now the milkiness went away, and I don't know if that light is hurting or helping. It's nice and clear, and just the colors just pop. Isn't that lovely? So this is, let's see, I had, okay, yeah, this is one. Remember I'd said we needed to cut maybe trim the edges off a bit. I didn't put Mod Podge on the back of this one to see if it would cut easier. I put Mod Podge on the back of this one just to kind of see the difference. So I'm gonna try to trim. I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit hanging over, and that would bother me. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim it off. So it should not be a problem on the paper that didn't have any Mod Podge on the back. Lovely. Okay, now you guys are being my guinea pigs here too. This is the one with Mod Podge on it. Let's see. There it is. Okay, that's a good place to start. And you know what? It's trimming just fine. It's trimming just fine. So there you go. You can do Mod Podge before or after you trim it. Okay. All right. So I had done a few more. I didn't do as many as I had intended because I got sidetracked with something else. Imagine that. Imagine that. Okay, so I don't really need this anymore. Okay. So now it's time to just put the magnets on and you're done. I mean, seriously. Couldn't be any easier. So, and I'm going to use my trusty E6000 glue and put a nice, pretty big glob on there. Oh, I've got a glob that's partially dry. Hang on. Now it's dribbling. Okay. This stuff is strong, so you don't need to have so much that's squishing out the sides, I don't think. It may squish out the sides a little bit anyway, and that's okay. Oof, that's a strong magnet. And it kind of wants to swim around a little bit. All right. These are going to be so pretty. Gonna make great gifts. I may have to sit down for a couple of hours and just make a whole stash of them and just have some ready as gifts, like last minute gifts. It'd make great housewarming gifts. Like I was saying, Mother's Day gifts. Oops, this one's wanting to slide around. Okay, now let me see. The smaller ones should work fine. Oh yeah, they'll still be good. All right. This it's wanting to slide, so it's probably be better to kind of hold them for a while. So you can see the glue is, there's a fly. Oh my goodness, look at this one. It's a runaway magnet. Oh my gosh, they're out of control. They're out of control. Okay. Let me see if I can multitask this here. Keep them in place. Okay, I feel like I'm playing the flute again. Oh. Yeah, let's not get them too close, or else they're going to want to smack together. I'm telling you, these are strong magnets. Hoo-wee. So I'm going to hold them like this for a minute until it dries a little bit more, until it has a little bit more hold. I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so that's it. I wrangled the magnets. I got them under control. Those rogue magnets. But that's it. They probably could use a little more time to dry, but I just wanted to show you how lovely is that. And if you're like me, you might want to wipe off the fingerprints that you've probably gotten on there from grabbing them and trying to wrangle your magnets on. But I tell you what, this is so gorgeous. I'm not sure if the video even does it justice. It just, in real life, it is just beautiful. And it's so easy. I mean, seriously, how easy was that, right? So there you go, guys. I will put a link in the description for my French Cottage Rose circles and my French Country Lilacs circles too, just in case you wanted to use those for your crafts. But any paper would do fine, any pretty paper, seriously. You could even add words. There's so much you could do, but it can be just as simple as what we just did. So there you go. Have fun. Bye.